folks, here in Rockport to give you another update on the fish kill after the February freeze. Texas Parks and Wildlife put out a new article on March 10th talking about the fish kill and their findings so far. So they are assessing all the waters and so far have estimated a fish kill of about 3.8 million fish. So according to this article, 91% of those 3.8 million fish are non-recreational species. That's your hardhead catfish, your mullet, your pinfish, perch. Granted, that's what our recreational fish do feed on. A large percentage of the fish killed were not the species we typically target. So that leaves 9% that were our game fish. And the grand majority of the fish killed out of that 9% were our speckled trout and our black drum. And all of this information, percentage-wise and everything, is down in the article. We knew that the trout took a hard hit, and that's hard to see. But overall, it feels like we dodged a bullet with this one. The numbers aren't nearly as big as they've been in the past. So the really good news from the article is the fact that from their assessment, the fish killed numbers in this event were far, far less than those in the big freezers of the 80s that they keep comparing this to. And that's really encouraging. I mean, we're talking fraction of total number based on the ones, I think, in 83 and 89. So that's really encouraging that this one's not as bad as they originally were worried it was going to be. But they're still assessing. They're going to take this water by water, bay system by bay system, and keep an eye on things, see how this really has affected things. Now, obviously, we've got a lot more ways of tracking fish than we did back in the 80s. And so they're going to keep looking out for us. One of the things they are evaluating right now is whether they should increase the number of sea trout they're putting back in the waters via their hatcheries. And we know that the trout did take a big hit. That's what everybody's been talking about. So I'm hoping that they can continue this assessment. It continues to look good. I mean, people are still catching fish. Water's looking good. So we just kind of keep an eye on what Texas Parks and Wildlife is asking us to do, what they're showing, and kind of move forward from there. Here at the Rockport Beach, things are looking pretty good. The navigation district has done a great job of cleaning things up. You know, spring break's on its way. People are already starting to flow in, and the beach looks great. They've really cleaned up a lot of the dead fish. I haven't seen many, if any at all, that were still in the water or on the shore here on the beach itself. That's really good to see. So I'm glad to see the municipalities coming together and getting things cleaned up. Rockport is really feeling a lot more like itself again after that hard freeze. Now, granted, some of the palm trees here and everything have been bit, and hopefully some of them will be able to survive, because quite a lot of them are looking pretty sad after being frozen like they were. But the beach is looking good. The surrounding area is looking nice. People are starting to come back in. Just saw a guy pull up a big old redfish. So people are having fun, enjoying our beautiful town down here. I'm over here at the Fulton Beach side of Little Bay, and yeah, there's still quite a few dead fish around, a lot of them rotting. It's pretty stinky over here. I've noticed over the past few days, folks out here fishing. In fact, I saw a guy pull up a pretty nice black drum the other day. So the fish in the bay are still biting. The navigation district has done a pretty decent job of cleaning everything up. Now there's just a lot of fish out here, so they can't get everything. And you still see them here on the ground, and you still smell the rotting smell here in the air, but it is better. And that's good to see. So I'm over here on the Lamar side, over by Goose Island State Park and the big tree. And right after the freeze, I came over here, and this is where I was seeing a lot of the larger fish, a lot of the larger game fish washing up. I saw some big black drum, even some big redfish washing up on shore. And you see a lot of the skeletons and remains of those left around over here. The buzzards and seagulls have been doing their work on those. But it's cleared up. A lot of people over at the boat ramp, so people are getting back to fishing over here. So it's looking pretty good, and it's gonna clear up pretty quick. So I'm just hoping we see a quick recovery all the way around, but all the way around Rockport, so far so good. Things are looking better. I'm over here at the Copano Bay side over by the causeway, and what I'm seeing is a lot more filleted fish that were caught than dead fish that were caught in the freeze, and it's looking pretty decent. People are being successful with their fishing, and that's a good thing to see. Water's a little murkier over here, but that's probably turned up by the oyster boats, and yeah, it's looking pretty good over here. So if you like fishing over by the causeway, looks like people are being successful over here too. So what can we as fishermen do to make things better, to help things recover? Well, according to Texas Parks and Wildlife, they want us to focus on conservation. Per the article, they would encourage folks to either catch and release or only keep the fish you intend to take home and eat. That seems pretty reasonable to me. I know there's a lot of folks that like to go out there and fill their freezer and catch a whole bunch of fish, and you can still do that. They're not limiting you from doing that, but they are encouraging you to think with a conservation mindset, and I think that's a very smart way of doing that. Rather than coming in and putting in a whole bunch of new rules and regulations this early on in the process, they're going to take the time to assess, and they're going to leave the responsibility up to us, the fishermen. And I think it's a great idea. So that's the update for right now. I'm encouraged by what the Parks and Wildlife article is saying. You know, this wasn't as bad as it seemed. It's certainly not as bad as some of the fish kills in the past. And I think we dodged a bullet on this one. I think we need to go into 2021 with a conservation mindset. Certainly get out there and fish, certainly get out and enjoy our waters. But, you know, practice catch and release. It is a lot of fun to catch those fish, and it's good to put them back and let them grow and reproduce, especially when their numbers are down. So I am encouraged by that, and I know that we'll be hearing more from Texas Parks and Wildlife as they do more assessments. So I appreciate you following along today. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, subscribe to the channel. If you do subscribe, hit that notification button so you know when I post new videos. I appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all get out there and live the good life. Thanks a lot.